emergence of DeepSeek now putting pressure on the U.S. tech names.
It's super impressive. I think we should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
Can you imagine how annoying it is to see you build your house for $50 million and a guy next door builds the same house for $700,000?
DeepSeek R1, with its jaw-dropping 671 billion parameters, not only thinks like a human but stunned testers by creating a fully functional Tetris game on the very first try. Its ability to tackle intricate logic feels almost unreal. This isn't just another AI, it's a glimpse into the future. Let's dive in and see why it's blowing minds. DeepSeek R1 is not just another addition to the growing list of AI models, it's a bold statement in the race for AI dominance. Unlike many proprietary systems like GPT-4 or Claude, DeepSeek R1 operates with open weights. Why does this matter? It means developers, researchers, and enthusiasts aren't confined to a locked ecosystem. Instead, they have the freedom to access its architecture, fine-tune it for their needs, and explore its full potential. This open accessibility is a game changer in itself, creating opportunities for experimentation and innovation. However, there's a caveat. DeepSeek R1 is enormous, so large that most users won't be able to run it locally. Its massive 671 billion parameters require a level of hardware power that's beyond the reach of ordinary consumer-grade GPUs. But that doesn't mean the model isn't accessible. To harness its capabilities, testers turned to Vultre's cloud-based bare metal GPUs, a setup that could make even the most advanced gaming rigs blush. Imagine this a system with 128 CPU cores, 256 threads, and 8 AMD GPUs, each packing an eye-popping 192 GB of VRAM. This level of computational muscle is not just impressive, it's essential to unleash the full potential of DeepSeek R1. And while such setups may seem far removed from everyday use, they hint at the scale and ambition behind this model's creation. But the hardware is only one part of the story. Let's shift gears and explore what truly makes this model stand out, its ability to think like a human. Yes, DeepSeek R1 doesn't just produce answers, it reasons its way to them. Imagine asking an AI a simple question like, how many R's are in the word strawberry, while many models would spit out the answer instantly. DeepSeek R1 takes a different approach. It thinks step by step, double-checking the count, considering each letter, and even reflecting on its process. This reflective process is wrapped in what's called think tags, allowing users to follow its reasoning. Watching the model work through its thoughts is like listening to someone puzzle out a problem aloud. It's a fascinating, almost eerie display of human-like cognition. This human-like reasoning becomes even more compelling when DeepSeek R1 is tested on complex challenges. Take, for instance, its performance in coding. When asked to create a simple game of Snake and Python, the model didn't just jump into writing code. It carefully mapped out the steps, outlining how to initialize the game, set up the snake structure, define controls, and manage the game's rules. This pre-planning phase ensured that the code it generated was functional on the very first attempt. The result? A working game complete with a scoring system and controls that worked flawlessly. But that's not all. When pushed to tackle a more intricate challenge developing a Tetris game, DeepSeek R1 showcased even deeper reasoning skills. It methodically worked through the complexities of rotation logic, collision detection, and grid constraints. The model even considered edge cases like ensuring that rotated pieces remain within the grid boundaries. And while its initial version lacked features like scoring or next piece previews, the fact that it produced a functional version of Tetris on the first try was nothing short of extraordinary. What kind of AI can plan, think, and execute with such precision? DeepSeek R1 doesn't just generate answers or reasons, adapts and solves problems in ways that feel almost human. It's a breathtaking demonstration of how far AI innovation has come and where it might be headed next. What makes this approach so captivating is that it mirrors how humans solve problems. People don't dive headfirst into a task without considering the steps involved, and DeepSeek R1 reflects this natural process. It's not just writing code, it's planning, reasoning, and executing with a level of deliberation that feels almost alive. Of course, coding is just one area where DeepSeek R1 excels. Its logical reasoning abilities are equally impressive, as demonstrated by its performance on abstract puzzles. Consider a question like, there are 3 killers in a room, someone enters, kills one, and no one leaves. How many killers are left? At first glance, it seems straightforward, but there's a subtle ambiguity in the phrasing. DeepSeek R1 approached this problem with remarkable nuance, carefully debating whether the term killer referred to someone alive or dead, and whether the act of killing changed the killer count. This layer-by-layer reasoning showcased its ability to navigate complex and ambiguous scenarios with a level of thoughtfulness that many models lack. The model also shines when tackling technical tasks. Imagine you're working with the Postal Service's size restrictions for envelopes. The requirements are given in centimeters, but the envelope you're measuring is in millimeters. Can the AI handle this conversion seamlessly? DeepSeek R1 not only managed the unit conversion, but also interpreted the size restrictions with precision, ensuring the envelope dimensions were correctly assessed. These are the kinds of real-world applications where such deliberate reasoning becomes invaluable. Speaking of real-world applications, let's talk about creativity. DeepSeek R1 demonstrated its versatility by creating functional web apps. In one test, it was asked to build an app where users could upload a PDF and extract all the URLs into a clickable list. The model delivered a clean, easy-to-use interface, thoughtfully addressing potential limitations, such as only being able to process text-based URLs. This wasn't just code generation, it was a thoughtful design process that considered user experience and functionality. But it didn't stop there. When asked to extend the app's capabilities to recursively process links within PDFs, DeepSeek R1 took on the challenge. Although it encountered technical hurdles like cores or cross-origin resource sharing restrictions, it offered detailed insights into the problem and suggested potential solutions. This ability to not just generate code but also troubleshoot and adapt is a testament to its advanced reasoning skills. One area where DeepSeek R1 sparks both curiosity and controversy is censorship. Being a model developed in China, it carries certain limitations that reflect its origins. For example, queries about sensitive topics like Tiananmen Square or Taiwan's independence trigger default responses aligned with state narratives. Even when self-hosted, the model maintains these restrictions, suggesting that they are deeply embedded in its training data. This raises important questions about the intersection of AI and geopolitics, as well as the ethical implications of such built-in biases. However, it's worth noting that DeepSeek R1's open weights architecture offers a potential workaround. Developers can fine-tune the model, potentially removing these restrictions and customizing its behavior to align with specific needs. This flexibility is one of the key advantages of open-weight models, allowing users to adapt the AI to their own ethical and practical frameworks. Now, let's address one of the most compelling aspects of DeepSeek R1, its cost. At just $2.90 per million tokens, it's significantly more affordable than models like GPT-4, whose 0.1 version costs around $60 for the same amount of tokens. This dramatic cost difference makes DeepSeek R1 an attractive option for businesses, researchers, and developers looking for a high-performance model without breaking the bank. It democratizes access to cutting-edge AI, opening the door for more widespread experimentation and adoption. But what about its ability to process ambiguous, real-world scenarios? This is where the model's reasoning truly comes alive. Take a seemingly random story: a person is walking home with blue paint for a new upstairs room. They receive a message saying, "Go to the hospital now, what's happening?" The story is deliberately vague, leaving much to interpretation. DeepSeek R1 considered various possibilities, from medical emergencies to the arrival of a new baby. It even speculated that the blue paint might indicate a nursery for a boy, connecting the dots in a way that feels deeply intuitive. What's remarkable is how the model doesn't just jump to conclusions. It carefully weighs different interpretations, considering the context and exploring multiple angles before arriving at a final answer. This depth of reasoning is what sets it apart, making it more than just a tool, it's a collaborator in problem solving. That's not to say it's perfect. There are moments when the model overthinks or misses the mark, especially in highly ambiguous scenarios, but these imperfections are part of what makes it so fascinating. They reveal an AI that's not just regurgitating information, but genuinely engaging with the complexities of human thought. So is DeepSeek R1 the ultimate AI model? Not yet, but it's undoubtedly a significant step forward. Its emphasis on reasoning, affordability, and open accessibility positions it as a strong contender in the competitive AI landscape. Whether you're a developer looking to explore its potential or simply an enthusiast curious about the future of AI, DeepSeek R1 is worth paying attention to. If this breakdown of DeepSeek R1 left you curious or excited about the possibilities of AI, consider exploring the model for yourself. Whether it's the incredible power of its reasoning tokens, its cost efficiency, or its nuanced understanding of human thought, there's no doubt that this model is pushing boundaries. If this peek into the future of AI blew your mind, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thrilling dives into groundbreaking tech. What's your take on DeepSeek R1? The next big leap, or just the beginning of something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments and share this video with fellow tech enthusiasts who crave the cutting edge of AI innovation.